Okay, so here we are back at the card table of delight. It just gets thicker and thicker as it goes. Each project begets another project. So, trying to take the lazy man's way to do this the easiest way that I can. So what I did was I cut myself a piece of steel, gave her the old bufferama, and grabbed a pair of calipers and marked it out. You can see my marks there, my scratch marks. Those are the holes. So I'm just going to make holes so I can mount this on, so it's just going to be like a plate underneath there. And I'll have to go and get some longer screws to accommodate the plate. And this is the exact distance in difference as to it is to the other one, almost right to less than a millimeter. So here would be the comparison in length, and this is just the way it worked out, eh? So let me put that together at the top, right there. At the bottom, it's right there. If there is a difference, it's so minuscule that it's not going to make a difference. See there. There, yeah. There you go. So I'm going to drill some holes in this, and I'm going to mount it back on here. Here's another interesting little tidbit. It says tail and bridge I put on here. So this piece actually fits this way facing the top of the guitar, and the reason is because when these springs go in here, there's little holes on this side, and these springs are angled, slightly angled. So when they go in the hole, they sit at an angle. So they pull in that direction. If you flip this piece around and then put it into a hole, you see the angle's all wrong. It doesn't work right. So these little holes are on an angle just to hold the spring, because this goes back and forth every time you use the tremolo. It goes back and forth inside the guitar like this, right? And those springs pull and, you know, keep the strings hopefully somewhat in tune too. So anyways, that's the next step now, is to go out and drill this and maybe give it a little bit more of a buffing, make it a little bit cleaner, put it back together, and see if this solves the problem with the bridge, with the springs rubbing. And I'm going to try and find some harder screws in these as well. These are quite soft screws. Just you can mash the head with a screwdriver pretty good. So I'm going to try and find some stainless ones or something, and I'm going to Loctite them in there so they don't come loose. So if this doesn't work and the screws break or something, it's just going to be a write-off, and I'll have to make a new one anyway. At which point I just don't know if it'll be worth it. Just buy the whole thing new again. Just find one that's got the proper bridge. I would have sent the whole thing back, except for I had to give it the old file-a-rama to make it fit here. See that little nick? I had to make these wider in order to make these knife edges fit the screws. So I'm hoping this is the final leg of the journey. I'm going to go drill these holes, and then tomorrow I'll go to the local fastener store and probably have to go on a big goose chase to find some proper screws for this thing. I don't know if they're metric or what they are, but the guy at the fastener place, I'm sure he'll be able to give me a hand. So there you go. Until next time, stay cool, and yeah, let's just hope this old Strat gets playing pretty quick here. Got to get it up off the bench and back on the floor. It's starting to overwhelm me. Have a good night.